Live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center, the 2002 State High School Basketball Championships. Brought to you in part by Peru State College, Balance Pro Corn Herbicide, Nebraska Center for Nursing, Nebraska's community colleges, State Farm Insurance, Southeast Community College, NC Plus Hybrids, Doane College, and the Nebraska Abstinence Education Program.
Three champions have been crowned and three are left to go here as night falls on Lincoln and the second half of Championship Saturday here on NETV and 1011. Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Felios. This is the D1 championship game. Spencer Napier and Scribner-Snyder. So far, like I said, 3 games in the books. Shooting has been the story, not particularly good here in those first 3 games.
Yeah, and defense has been good, so there has been a trade-off. But you're right, shooting performances overall have been very much down over the first 3 ball games. Will we see an offensive onslaught? Well, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But we have a D1 final that should be very intriguing. An undefeated team who was undefeated last year and got knocked out at state against a team in Scribner-Snyder that is very much battle-tested. Their record does not show excellence, but they have played excellent teams. And so we'll see which one prevails, the team that's perfect or the team that has been tested by adversity. And now let's meet Scribner-Snyder and Spencer Napier, the D1 championship.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, Alltel, and U.S. Bank, welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the 2002 Class D1 Boys Basketball State Championship game. Today's game features the Scribner-Snyder Trojans versus the Spencer Napier Pirates. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Scribner-Snyder Trojans. Number 5, Greg Smith. Number 21, Andy Savela. Number 25, Travis Brittenau. Number 31, Randy Hopkins. Number 41, Chris Goro. Number 43, Mike Smith. And number 45, Pete Anderson. And now the non-starters for the home team, the Spencer Napier Pirates. Number 14, John Carella. Number 20, Derek Bentz. Number 24, Luke Lehigh. Number 30, Bobby Dickey. Number 32, Eric Miller. Number 40, Nick Betcher. Number 54, Kurt Klein. And now, the starting lineup for the Scribner-Snyder Trojans. A 6'3" senior, number 15, Jeff Hessmeyer. A 6'1" senior, number 23, Scott Beck. A 6'3" sophomore, number 33, Troy Pitnow. A 6'3" senior, number 35, Nate Probesco. A the 6'1" junior, number 53, Craig Schleter. Head coach for the Trojans is Pat Dunklau, assisted by Eric Kravig. And now, the starting lineup for the Spencer-Napier Pirates. A 6'3" junior, number 3, John Connett. A 6'4" senior, number 10, Lance Plessen. A 6'2" junior, number 34, Jason Connick. A 6'2" senior, number 42, Andy Hagberg. The 6'3" senior, number 44, Danny Ori. Head coach for the Pirates is Jim Carlson, assisted by Ron Kopecki. Today's game officials are Kurt Henricks and Terry Schuck. The bench official is Jeremy Gilfrey. And now, gentlemen, let's play basketball.
Well, together, these schools have never won a state championship, but separately, they have. But it's been a while. 1962 in Class C, Spencer was a state champion, and 1918 in Class E, Scribner was a champion. But that's it. So it's been a while, whether it's one town or two towns, and if it's two towns combined, it's never happened. Spencer-Napier was in this game last year. They came into this game undefeated. They were the only undefeated team in the state. They lost to Falls City Sacred Heart 59-44. This year, they came in as the only undefeated team in the state. Here they are again in the championship game. Can they get it done? Be 28 wins in a row if they did.
Spencer-Napier, if they do get it done, they like to press, and that's what they're going to do today. They've made no secret about it. This is a pressing, trapping, defensive type of team, and that's what we've seen a lot of today, and they're going to carry it on here in this fourth game.
Well, here we go. The Trojans of Scribner-Snyder are dressed in the dark red with the black trim. Spencer-Napier designated home team, the white uniforms. And we are underway.
Scott Beck, number 23, the point guard for Scribner-Snyder, the leading scorer on this team. He's got it right there, but he loses it.
But it was last touched off a Pirate, and so Scribner-Snyder will retain possession of the basketball.
And more on Beck, 17 points, 10 rebounds to go along with that. So averaging a double-double, you don't see that often on the high school level.
Especially from a guard. He is 6'1", good size for a Class D1 guard. Missed shot, shot blocked. Big block from Jason Connett. Might recognize some of these names from last year's team. The Connetts were a part of it. They remember the disappointment of last year.
Two twins, that very talented brother trio here in this tournament.
A near steal by Connett, a drive in, shot no. And the rebound and crashing hard to the ground was Andy Hagberg. Hagberg got spilled by a hard foul. And that is the first foul of the game against Scribner-Snyder. It's on Craig Schleter.
There's the press, 1-2-2, but they break it.
A turnaround in the lane, the shot missed by Connett. And the rebound to Scribner-Snyder. And here come the Trojans. Up and down the floor. Connett pokes it away. Tie up. It will belong to Spencer-Napier. So here we go. Defense again.
And this is a very live crowd to start the game also. You can tell they've been waiting 3 games for their team to take the floor. A lot of screaming and yelling. And we don't even have a score yet in this game.
Break the token pressure and move into the front court. John Connett. Lance Clausen, they'll look underneath for the other Connett. Jason now back outside, an open three. No good. And a bump and a foul off the rebound. And that will be the first foul on Spencer-Napier. And I believe that one's going to be on Jason Connett. And it is. So each team with a foul, neither team with a basket. 90 seconds in. Low-scoring affairs for the most part through 3 games here at the state tournament. Defense, defense, and more defense. Jeff Kastmeyer stops on the dribble. They try to break it with a pass, and out of bounds. Scott Beck was standing on the sideline. Good defense again by Spencer Naper. And that is the second turnover against the Trojans.
This team lost 3 kids last year, as you said, to graduation. They made it to the state finals, lost last year, but they're back this year. And although they don't have a lot of experience, they got a lot of ability and some kids and a coach who are very hungry.
Andy Hagberg looks down low. Jason Conant up, good shot, count it, foul.
Jason Conant, number 34, and his brother, John Conant. Safe to say, probably the best set of twins as a basketball tandem that you're going to find in the state. 2 very valuable players to Spencer Naper. John averages 13, over 13 coming into this tournament, and Jason around 11, so around 25 points combined. Very productive for Spencer Naper.
And there's the first 3 points of the game. Jason Conant's 3-point play. Trap in the backcourt. They get it out of there, though. Nice poise by Beck. Moves it ahead. Conant's team up again. Twin brothers can't tell which one's which. Another tie-up. Scribner-Snyder will get it this time on the alternating possession. But man alive, that is got to be frustrating. 2 guys that look alike. You'd think that they were cloned. And that time they did the double team on Scribner-Snyder, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. Trojans are a little off sync here, as the press from Spencer Naper has frustrated them into an early retreat, and they'll try to regroup here. 5:53 left first quarter. Spencer Naper leads it by the score of 3-0.
It's been an interesting day so far, John. Our first game, Randolph was crowned as Class C2 champions, and then in that second game, Cody Kilgore taking Class D2, and then the Wes Wilkinson show pretty much took over the Class A game, as Wes Wilkinson, that is, for Grand Island, as they absolutely steamrolled Lincoln Southeast in a defensive game, but in the end, the Islanders the better team.
So here we go. Let's see what Scribner-Snyder can muster on this possession. 2 minutes in. Again, trap right in the corner, and this time, instead of the tie-up, we're going to call the foul on John Conant. Conant looked over and held both thumbs up. Said, tie up? Not this time. And that's his first. Man, you hate to get caught in the corner. Drive at the baseline. Nice idea. A little too strong with the layup. Scott Beck on the attempt. Now into the forward zone. Spencer Naper dishes it down underneath. The Conants work together, and they draw the foul.
That time the 2 twins working together, and I'll tell you what, I can't tell them apart, so you might have to help me out throughout this game. John and Jason, similar haircuts, same shoes. You can barely tell them apart.
The foul is on Nate Probasco, his first, and now checking in. Troy Pribnow back into the game. 4-0 Spencer Naper. Jason Conant is 34. His brother John is number 3. So at least they do us the service of wearing one a double digit, one a single digit, but they both have a 3 in there. And there's John Conant down the floor, and good defense pursuing from the backside as Nate Probasco prevents the layup. And the 6-0 run by Spencer Naper, though the Pirates will still keep the ball. From the corner, 3 up, no good by Clausen. Rebound, put back, no. Ball tipped around like a hot potato, and the Trojans come down with it. Down 4-0 here, 3 minutes in.
Very important that Scribner-Snyder controls the boards. Coach Pat Dunkloff said before the game, they've got to do that. They've got to out-rebound Spencer Naper if they want to have any chance at winning this game.
Down the baseline, the runner, no. The putback, yes. Probasco off the miss by Beck, and Scribner-Snyder's on the board. It's 4-2. Well, you mentioned rebounds. Spencer Naper actually was out-rebounded in yesterday's win over Bruning Davenport. Meanwhile, the Trojans have held a +22 rebound margin in 2 games combined here at the tournament. So you talk about rebounds, Pat Dunklow needs to keep that trend alive. This is Lance Clausen holding onto the ball for quite some time. breaks the 5-second count with a pass, gets it back, looks underneath, Jason Conant, yes.
Oh, nice move. Get the defender to leave his feet and then scoop it under for the hoop. Conant, first time I've had a chance to watch him play, but a very smooth player.
Ball being batted around again. No one seems to want it. And is that 10-second count or a timeout? Timeout. That 10-second count was perilously close, and a timeout taken by Scribner-Snyder. They have now exhausted 2 timeouts here in the first 4 minutes of this game. And that'll give us a chance to remind you that coming up after the game today, that the Nebraska School Activities Association recognizes the importance of good sportsmanship in today's game. The Nebraska Coaches Association and the Nebraska Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association are sponsoring the 2002 Sportsmanship Award. This award given to the high school demonstrating the most good sporting behavior during this year's state basketball tournament. After the medal presentation of each game, we'll tell you which school was awarded the sportsmanship for that class.
Yes, so far I think the story today, as we said before, the poor shooting. It's been really a surprise. Neither team, even the state champions that we have crowned, have really failed to establish a rhythm shooting the basketball. And I asked both of these coaches if the atmosphere concerned them, and they said, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a change of atmosphere playing in this building. But yesterday when they played at Pershing, they think they had a chance to deal with that, and that helped them a lot today.
And there's Troy Pribb now with the second field goal for Scribner-Snyder, and it's now 6-4. Spencer Napier by 2. Under 3.5 to go in the first quarter. D1 championship, the 4th of 6 on this 92nd championship Saturday from Lincoln. Clausen looks for Conant. Back out. Clausen will take the 3. Yes.
Oh, that is nothing but nylon for Lance Clausen, the leading scorer for Spencer Napier. And if he gets going, look out.
Boy, Troy Pribb now has got some leaps. He really had to go high to get that basketball. And now he's caught in the free throw circle and has to back it up. 9-4 Pirates. Across the floor. Probasco outside. Open shot, no. Offensive board put back, yes. And a foul. And to the line will go Scott Beck.
Beck gets on the board. He missed his first 4 shots of this game, but that's the way to get on the board right there. Crash the boards on the offensive side, lay it up, draw the foul, and now you're headed to the line.
Beck averaging 17 points, and for the tournament averaging about the same number. So he's on his pace, but misses the foul shot. 9-6 Spencer Napier.
And as you said before, it's odd for a guard to average 10 rebounds, but that's what he likes to do. Get down there and mix it up with the post players. Even though he's a guard, he can mix it up, and he can mix it up too.
Lance Clausen, 2 threes back-to-back. And the Pirates with a 6-point lead. Ball gets away and protected by Spencer Napier. That one too high for Pribb now. And Spencer Napier again has it. Offensive side, Clausen. This time from the free throw circle, and Lance Clausen has made his last 3 field goal attempts.
So smooth. And we talked about the shooting woes, but he's not experiencing any shooting woes so far. That's about as smooth a jumper as we've seen today.
There's that press again, but this time they break it. Nice little backdoor, the pass. Craig Schleter underneath the Pribb now, and Scribner-Snyder gets the lead back. If you can break the press, get down the floor quickly, there's a good chance you'll have numbers on the offensive end. Ball tipped high in the air, and a steal, a takeaway for the Trojans. Excuse me if I feel a little bit dizzy. We're actually seeing points here in the first quarter.
It has been odd.
Yeah, it has.
The type of basketball we've seen today. Nice rebound there, and now it's going to be Mr. Conant going to the goal again.
Down underneath, the shot up, no. One minute left to play here in the first period. Baseline J, no. Put back, yes. Pribb now.
Exciting first quarter.
Very much so. 14-10, Spencer Napier. We'll be pausing here for just a moment. And welcome, John Bishop, Andrew Felios, Kyle D'Elia. Our 10-11 sports coverage of Boys State 2002 continues with the D1 Championship. We welcome those of you who are watching the Big 12 tournament on KOLN, KGIN TV, channels 10, 11 in Lincoln and Grand Island. Along with our ETV viewers, down the floor, Scribner-Snyder trying to run in. And yes, sir, Scott Beck with the steal. But look at this, down the floor, Conant before the buzzer. No! And this ends what has been an offensive first quarter, at least based on what we've seen so far.
Outstanding first quarter.
14-12, Spencer Naper with the advantage, but a big break as Scott Beck gets the steal and the basket. So instead of Spencer Naper being able to get that last shot off, instead Scribner-Snyder gets the last points of the quarter. Let's take a look at where these teams hail from. Scribner-Snyder in central Dodge County. It's about 20 miles north of Fremont, famous for their drag racing track. Used to be an old Air Force base, old Army base, I should say, Army airstrip. And Spencer Naper, way up there in the North Country. As close to South Dakota as you can get without being there. 27-0, the only undefeated team in the state tournament. And they took care of Anselmo Myrna easily on day one, but against Bruning Davenport, it was a nail-biter all the way. Scribner-Snyder blew out Hyannis in the first round and had a pretty easy time with Meade. Here it's 14-12 Pirates.
And if you just joined us, this game is going to have a lot of pressure. A lot of guys getting after it here, and surprised to see the early first quarter output. That hasn't been the case so far in the first 3 games, but these teams defying the odds.
Kind of a tough break there for the Trojans. 2 of their players came down with the ball, and one Spencer Naper Pirate had his hand on the ball. It's running down the floor, and there's Scott Beck again.
And you can see why he averages 17 points and 10 rebounds a game. He is an aggressive player.
He's already got an early 6 here, and we're tied up. That's a 6-0 run for the Trojans. Scribner-Snyder, for the benefit of our Lincoln viewers, wearing the dark red jerseys. They're the road team here.
In a 1-3-1 zone.
Seeing a lot of zone here in this state tournament. Long 3. No. Conant, the rebound for Spencer Naper. They'll get it back. Here's Clausen's 3 short, and maybe he'll get another try at it. A 3rd time around. They look underneath, all the way. No. And a foul.
It's going to be Jason Conant who had the position there, and he's going to draw the foul. Nate Probasco was on his back.
That's just the 4th foul against Scribner-Snyder. Layup missed by Conant. Won't get many more with that kind of advantage, but there's a steal. Probasco has it stripped away. And look at that aggressive defense. Even when it appears as if they're backing off, John Conant comes back in and makes the play on defense and gives his team another possession. Nice no-look underneath, beautifully done as Jason Conant scores. Lance Clausen looked to his left and then threw to his right as Conant was cutting for the hole.
That's a senior move.
And there's an attempt layup by Probasco. Missed.
And Clausen is a senior, averaging over 16 a game. He can do it all. Rebound, shoot the ball, handle the ball. And he's got a long, lanky frame at about 6'4".
Loose scrum for the basketball. Trojans come out with it. And that is the 3rd turnover against the Pirates, but it's turned right back over. Here's Conant, layup, yes.
The ball is not safe so far in this half. You better take care of the basketball. There's another steal.
You have got to watch number 3. John Conant, 6'3" junior, 13 points, 4 rebounds average per game. In the state tournament, he's been under his average in scoring. But as you can see, he doesn't have to score to be effective. He has been a pest, to say the very least, in this first half.
Here's the press again.
Give back. Here's Beck. Around to Greg Smith. Jeff Kastmeyer, baseline J, no. Rebound And Probasco keeps it alive for the Trojans. Cutting underneath, yes! And foul and count it.
Now, in the half court, Scribner-Snyder and Coach Pat Dunklow, they think that they can win the game if it's a half-court game. But what they got to do is take care of the ball and control it under the press, because if this becomes an up-and-down game where they are forced to play Spencer Napier style, Coach Dunklow says he doesn't like his team's chances.
And Jeff Kastmeyer, the 6'3" senior, completes the three-point play. So Scribner-Snyder back within one. 5:30 to play, first half. From the corner, the three from Clausen. An offensive board, here's another chance. Boy, right now, it seems as if Scribner-Snyder is losing the rebounding game. They're actually winning it. And there's a foul. Spencer Napier, of their 8 rebounds, 5 are on the offensive side. So they're getting second chances as the foul is whistled on Nate Probasco, his second. And here's Danny Ori.
This team, Spencer Napier, is probably one of the deepest teams in the tournament. I mean, they go about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 deep. I mean, in this game, everybody on that bench might check in the game. I mean, he goes right to his last guy, just Coach Tim Carlson.
Danny Ori, after making the free throw, now checks out. Kurt Klein will enter the game. Spencer Napier, in addition to the 3 players, as we have a travel and a turnover on the Trojans. That's their 6th.
And you see the pressure there. I mean, making things happen. Spencer Napier, you can see why they are such a good, effective pressing team.
But you have Clausen averaging 16 points a game. John Conant averaging 13, 3-ball airballed. Loose on the floor, scrum for the ball, and a timeout called. Good play. Scott Beck on the ground before called for the travel. Quickly had his hands in position to call the timeout. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 19-17 in favor of Spencer Napier. We'll be back.
Go beyond the diamond with the Dave Van Horn Show. Join Larry Putney and Coach Van Horn each week for game highlights and analysis. Get the inside scoop on the Huskers' upcoming opponents. Go behind the scenes of Husker baseball.
I think we're starting to peak a little bit. This is the perfect time of year to get it done. Have some fun up there.
Tune in to Nebraska's new tradition with the Dave Van Horn Show.
Coming soon to Nebraska ETV. A courtroom battle. Creationism versus evolution. A media circus. It would change history. Monkey Trial on American Experience. Coming soon to Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Spencer Napier leads Scribner-Snyder 19-17. Under 5 minutes here, second quarter.
Trojans with the basketball in the front court. This is Greg Smith. They look underneath. He's open. Shot up off glass. Yes. Troy Kribnow. He has 8 points. And we're knotted up again. 19-19. 4.5 minutes to go before halftime.
Scribner-Snyder right there with him. The question is, though, can they sustain this pace and this style of play for 32 minutes?
Well, remember, Scribner-Snyder is a battle-tested team. This is a team that has played a lot of quality opponents, not only in their class, but outside. Nice little give-off by John Conant underneath to Kurt Klein for the deuce.
They have played some outstanding teams. West Point Central Catholic, Boone Central among those teams. Very battle-tested and well-prepared for this type of press.
Trap, pressure, taken away. Jason Conant up ahead to John, and he traveled.
Oh, man.
And that time, Greg Smith played the speed bump, and John Conant ran over it and blew out his shocks.
Yeah,
for lack of a better term.
I think Conant was surprised there to get whistled for the travel. He thought he was going to get a foul call there, but the ref decided it was a travel, and it's going the other way.
There's John Conant again. I wonder if he was a hyper child. I mean, really. He just seems to be everywhere. Look at him, constantly poking at the ball. If he was within the same area code as the basketball, he's trying to get it.
Causes a lot of problems for any offense up there when you have a player that active up at the top of the key, because that's where it all starts.
I wonder if his mother ever had problems getting him to share. He always wants what you got. I mean, that's what it looks like. Here's a three. Little short. And the rebound. Standing on the baseline was Beck. He came up with it, but his feet were on the end line. And it will belong to the Pirates. 3:19 left to go first half.
Number 53,
Craig Schleter coming back in for the Trojans. 6'1" junior. And here they come into the front court. John Conant, Clausen, around it goes to Eric Miller. They'll skip it back across the floor. A drive in, tried to dish it up. Oh, that was beautiful. Lance Clausen is going between defenders. How that ball made it to Conant, I'll never know.
He has done it all here in the first half. Passing, scoring, and has a great vision. Has picked apart the Scribner-Snyder defense.
23-19. Around it goes, baseline fadeaway. No. Tip try, shot is up from the baseline, no. And coming out with a basketball is Clausen. Pirates by 4, 2:27 left, first half. Good ball movement by the Pirates. Clausen back across the floor, and Conant didn't get up in the air high enough that time. And now the Pirates want to take a timeout. Jim Carlson says we'll hold it right here. 2:15 left to play before halftime. Spencer Napier 23, Scribner-Snyder 19. Now early on, I didn't know The Rock was here today. Earlier on, we saw Randolph win the C2 championship in the final game for head coach Lyle Nannon. And they rallied from 10 points down in the second half to pull it out. Then Cody Kilgore in overtime defeated Greeley 48-45. Again, Cody Kilgore with a big steal, or actually a turnover by Greeley trying to run out the clock, a traveling call, and then a basket to force overtime. They win it in overtime by 3, and then in the Class A championship game, as Andrew intimated earlier, it was the Wes Wilkinson show. Nearly a triple-double, 8 block shots, as Grand Island wins the Class A title for the second time in 4 years. And now you're caught up.
Haven't missed a thing.
Nope.
You just joined us.
Down the floor, and pass a little above and behind Craig Schleter. Hard for him to corral it. Turnover number 9 against the Trojans. Just 4 miscues by Spencer Napier.
We're going to come out now to a man-to-man, going to switch defenses and pick up in the half court, and they're denying just like that, and the man with the ball right there, Clausen, has been outstanding.
They'll look around to the side. This time taking their time on the possession, waiting for something underneath, maybe to develop. Hagberg, here's Clausen through the lane, off balance, no. Conant with the rebound and the foul. And I think that's gonna go on Nate Probasco. And it is, that's his 3rd.
These Conant boys have been all over the court. Offensively, defensively, we have called their name just about on every play, it seems like.
Second leading scorer for the Pirates, now in foul trouble with 3. That would have counted had it gone in. Instead, it'll be foul shots for Lance Clausen. Clausen very wiry, but at 6'4", represents the tallest player in this game.
Lance Clausen shooting 2 shots.
Lance Clausen comes in averaging over 16 a game to the state tournament. The assistant coach for Spencer Napier is Ron Kopecki, and he's a vital element. Coach Jim Carlson, he was on that championship team for Spencer back in 1962, so he goes way back.
The only championship won by either Spencer or Napier before consolidation. Free throw is good, and it's now a 6-point lead. And this is as big as it's been for quite some time. Kastmeyer, front court. Scribner-Snyder right now stuck on 19. Very tough baseline shot. Offensive rebound. And 2 foul shots are coming up for the Trojans. And the foul's going to be on Kurt Klein. And that will be his first. And the 15th team foul against the Pirates. So here's Craig Schleter. No points so far today. Now he has one. 25-20. Make it 25-21. Coming up on 1 minute to play here in the first half. Conant, baseline, no. Ball tipped around, still tipped around, and Jason Conant comes away with it.
Oh man, way to stay with it. Tipping the ball around, kind of looked like Dennis Rodman out there.
Yes. Just tip it around until you can get it to a teammate or somehow knock it back to yourself. Let's see if Spencer Napier plays for the last shot here. They are taking a little more time on this possession. It still looks like they're looking for something in there. I don't know if they're playing for the last shot as the shot goes up, missed by Clausen. Conant rebound, blocked from behind, nicked out of his hands. Now an open three ball, yes.
Again, tipping the ball, keeping it alive, and then getting out to the three-point shooter. Jason Conant's the one who made that play happen there, although Hagberg did knock it down. Conant made that play.
7-point lead, layup, nice little hop step through the lane. Scott Beck weaving his way through for the final 2.5, and the Pirates will not get off a last shot.
Good game.
A little bit of offense to go with our defense on this championship Saturday. Some good basketball in that first half, and Spencer Napier enjoys a 5-point lead as we go to halftime. So far, first half, pair of Pirates already in double figures. Clausen and Jason Conant each with 10 points here in this first half of play. Let's go down now courtside with Kyle D'Elia.
Coach, they answered, but you had to like the three right there at the end, and do you look to keep the tempo going in the second half?
Yeah, the tempo's in our favor. We like the way we're executing offense. They went to man, and we kind of went out of some things, and we definitely need to get back in it. They're taking the ball inside on us a little bit. We got to be a little tougher there.
Go get your team. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Spencer Napier, as you guys mentioned, runner-up last year, 27-1, 27-0. You're looking to run the table. The halftime activities continue. Be accurate here. 28, Spencer Napier, 23, Scribner-Snyder. We're coming back after the break.
Nebraska ETV can't be beat when it comes to local sports. We've got it all, from high school to the Huskers, and it's your support that makes it happen. Become a member of Nebraskans for Public Television by calling 1-800-634-6788 or check us out on the web at net.unl.edu. Everybody wins when you become a member of Nebraska ETV, your home for sports.
Hey, Red Green here with some news for all our friends at PBS. Red Green Live 02 is coming up in March. It's a competition between a whole whack of TV stations, including yours. Bound to be good for a laugh, might even be good for public television. So be watching for Red Green Live 02. We'll be watching for you.
Coming March 16th to Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Halftime of the D1 championship game. Spencer Napier with a 28-23 lead here at the break. John Bishop, Andrew Filios here courtside as we take a recap of what has happened on day one in a little bit more depth. Randolph, as we mentioned, rallied from 10 points down in the second half to beat Sutton 50-43 in Lyle Mannon's last game as Randolph coach. The key in the game was really second half shoot. Actually, it was tail of two halves, as we recall. Sutton shot 61% in the first half, only 22 in the second half, and it was almost exactly the opposite for Randolph, as Jake Borst had 14 points in that one, and Chad Ahrens, who really had a big game, 11 points, despite playing with 4 fouls most of the fourth quarter.
That was the key to the game, and he came back in and really gave them a lift to get the 7-point win. And then Cody Kilgore in that second game, Eric Johnson, a couple of big plays down the stretch, of course, to send it to overtime, and then in overtime coming up big, they win it by 3, and then the Wes Wilkerson show, you can go ahead and call the Class A game. Grand Island beats Lincoln Southeast easily, 51-29, in a dominating performance.
That last line, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 8 blocks. Mighty impressive. Halftime, Spencer Napier by 5. Back to Devaney in a minute.
Funding is provided in part by the Dr. Thomas and Dorothy Hallstrom Fund, created to support broadcasting of the Nebraska State High School basketball tournament.
This week on Statewide, there's a law against kids using tobacco in Nebraska, but everyone agrees it doesn't work.
Well, for one thing, it's not enforced.
Some cities are taking it seriously.
The benefit, hopefully, is that we're developing a culture in our community where tobacco use is not tolerated.
Watch Statewide Sunday afternoon at 3 Central Time on NETV 2.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
The Spencer Napier Pirate Dance Squad entertaining the folks at halftime after Scribner-Snyder's dance squad was out there. Not often you see a couple of D1 schools with dance squads, but nice performance here at halftime. As we remind our 10-11 viewers that coming up after the game here, we will be looking at, in more detail, the Class D1 All-State team selected by the coaches. On that team is Tom Regan from Ewing, Jordan Downey from Anselmo Myrna, Jordan Crawford from Arapahoe, Lance Clausen, who we've seen here today against for Spencer Napier, and Kyle Campbell of Medicine Valley. And of those teams, a couple of them making it to state. Anselmo Myrna, they were bounced earlier on in the state tournament by Spencer Napier, 75-45. And those are the 2 players that made it to the tournament this year in Class D1. And again, we'll see in more detail those athletes coming up after today's Class D1 showdown. But so far, Mr. Clausen doing pretty well. 10 points, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc.
He's been the story here in the first half for Spencer Napier, getting good shots, and he's been especially effective penetrating the front of that zone defense and getting it to his teammates and knocking down some shots as well.
Spencer Napier 28, Scribner-Snyder 23. Halftime continues.
It's the groundbreaking Bill Moyer series the critics call provocative and inspirational.
How do I slay that dragon in me?
I say follow your bliss and don't be afraid.
How myths connect us to our past.
Heaven and hell are within us, and all the gods are within us.
And to our future.
This might be the symbol, really, for the new mythology to come.
Joseph Campbell and the Power of Myth with Bill Moyers.
Sunday afternoon at 2 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
Everybody remembers me as a song and dance man.
Gene Kelly gave us and the movies new ways to dance.
Gotta dance.
See how he did it when American Masters gives you a tap-happy look at Gene Kelly, Anatomy of a Dancer.
Monday night at 8:30 Central Time on Nebraska ETV. Smart business people know the value of a buck. No, not that kind of buck. This kind. Nebraska Public Television and Radio have the kind of programs businesses are proud to be associated with. And statewide coverage means people all over Nebraska will see your investment in public broadcasting. If you would like to become a corporate sponsor of programming on Nebraska Public Television or Radio, contact our marketing department at 472-9333, extension 334, because investing in Nebraska educational telecommunications just makes good sense.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Halftime as the Believers and Achievers being saluted at halftime of the D1 Championship. Spencer Napier with a 5-point lead. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. And we'll tell you about the individual numbers. Again, Lance Clausen and Jason Conant each with 10 points. While leading the way for the Trojans, Scott Beck and Troy Pribnow each with 8. Pretty much even except for the turnovers. Well, actually turnovers in favor of Spencer Napier. They've commuted fewer, but Scribner-Snyder has pulled down more rebounds. And it's been a pretty entertaining first half of basketball. We'll look for more in the second half for sure.
Scribner-Snyder said they wanted to control the boards. They're doing that. However, Spencer Napier's playing their pace, their style of game. They've forced it into an up-tempo game, a high-scoring game, and right now that's why they have the slight advantage, up 5 points at the break.
28-23, Spencer Napier with the lead. And we'll have more halftime in a moment.
Nebraska ETV can't be beat when it comes to local sports. We've got it all, from high school to the Huskers, and it's your support that makes it happen. Become a member of Nebraskans for Public Television by calling 1-800-634-6788, or check us out on the web at net.unl.edu. Everybody wins when you become a member of Nebraska ETV, your home for sports.
NET, Nebraska Educational Telecommunications, is public television in Nebraska and so much more.
Next exit, a new way to see Nebraska. Coming in May to Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Halftime, Class D1 State Championship, the 4th of 6 on this championship Saturday, the 92nd Boys State Basketball Tournament. 2 more titles coming up, Class C1 and Class B. Let's go down courtside and talk to our friend Kyle D'Elia. Kyle?
All right, we got the Conant parents. They're twins, so we figured we'd have mom and dad. Hey, second straight year in the state tourney. Just talk about seeing double growing up, 2 of 5 sons.
They were all pretty close. They played a lot together from the time they grew up, so it was a lot of fun watching them.
They've had competition amongst them brothers, and that's what makes them play the way they are today.
Doing great. Up 5 real quick here. What do they got to do to hold on as a team?
Play their game. Play defense.
If they keep on playing like they have this first half, I think they're going to do fine at the end.
Best of luck. Thanks for coming over. Up 5, Sue and Ed. Spencer Napier will get the coach from Scribner. Let's kick it back to the table. John, Drew.
Yeah, but Kyle, you didn't ask Mom if John had a problem sharing when he was a kid. That first quarter especially, he was just all over the place.
I listen to you guys. Yeah, I don't want to, cause any upsetness, but take it away, fellas. We'll find the Scribner coach.
That's okay. Kyle D'Elia, of course, handling our interviews at halftime, searching around and finding the parents. It's always nice to get the parents in because, we see the kids a lot, talk to the coaches. But you know what? Parents are as vital in the development of the athlete, development of the all-around high school person. And you can see from those 2 boys, the parents awfully proud of what their 2 sons, and they're actually all 5, but the 2 sons that are playing today are doing.
This championship Saturday is just not only a special event, for all of us getting the chance to cover it, but you're exactly right. The parents, the families that go through this moment, this is a special moment in the families of these people, and something they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. Win or lose, that's what state championship basketball and athletics for that reason is all about.
Well, and you know, this is the one time where a part of your family takes center stage. You get the statewide coverage. It's been a tradition in the state for a very long time. People are excited about it. And when you have twin sons playing in the same game, that's double the fun. And to get a victory would be even sweeter. Kyle again now is caught up with Scribner-Snyder's head coach, Mr. Dunklau.
Thanks, John. Drew, Coach, what'd you like? What didn't you like in the first half?
First half, I thought we played real tentative out there. Their pressure bothered us. Settled down a little bit mid part of the first quarter and first part of the second quarter. And also, I felt we've got to do a better job. We can only give them one shot down there. They're getting too many opportunities, getting too many offensive rebounds. It looks like we're a little bit leg weary. Hopefully, that'll come back for us the second half. If we don't, we're going to be in trouble.
All right, hey, positive. Get back to the fellas. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you.
All right, you got it. Spencer Napier, 28. Scribner coach and his gang, 23. There's a full half of basketball. We're coming back for second half action on 10-11 and NETV. Don't go away.
1914, they embarked on a journey to conquer Antarctica. But the ice closed in, and they were trapped. Now, Nova presents a true survivor story. One of struggle.
They didn't have the proper equipment, their clothes were threadbare.
Determination and extraordinary heroism.
He did keep them alive, and the reason he kept them alive because he kept them sane.
This is the legendary tale of Shackleton's Voyage of Endurance.
Coming March 26th to Nebraska ETV.
Go beyond the diamond with the Dave Van Horn Show. Join Larry Putney and Coach Van Horn each week for game highlights and analysis. Get the inside scoop on the Huskers' upcoming opponents. Go behind the scenes of Husker baseball.
I think we're starting to peak a little bit. This is the perfect time of year to get it done. Have some fun up there.
Tune in to Nebraska's new tradition with the Dave Van Horn Show.
Coming soon to Nebraska ETV.
Next exit, a new way to see Nebraska. Coming in May to Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Getting ready to start the second half here. You are looking live, center court at the Devaney Center. Spencer Napier leads Scribner-Snyder 28-23 in a first half. It was probably the most up-tempo style of play that we have seen today, and by far the most high scoring. Spencer Napier leads by 5, 28-23.
Well, we'll see if we continue keeping it going here. I like these higher scoring games. Defense is nice, but now let's mix in a little offense, and we have seen that. We've seen actually a good mix of both in this first half with a couple of the stars, Conant and Clausen for Spencer Napier, Beck and Pribnow for Scribner-Snyder, and then, of course, the defensive prowess of John Conant for the Pirates. Been a good mix here, looking for an entertaining second half of basketball. Pirates with a 5-point lead, and they start with the ball. John Bishop, Andrew Felios, Kyle D'Elia, our entire 10-11 sports team, bringing you the 92nd Boys State Tournament, and of course, going statewide on Nebraska Public Television. In the free throw circle, Conant with his back to the basket. It's designed that way, just stands there, waits for it, plays a pivot, looks for someone to go to. Now, a nice little backdoor, oh, beautiful.
Lance Clausen, outstanding cut, not getting the ball, and he went backdoor, and he backdoored basically the whole defense. He was all alone.
Some people wonder why you stand a guy at the free throw line with his back to the basket. Here's a three. It's short. Trying, maybe rushing the shot. Scott Beck trying to get it all back in one shot. But you wonder why a guy will stand there at the free throw line with his back to the basket. Aren't you supposed to face the basket and go for the goal? Well, that's why you set it up, and there's Conant down low, and this time reverse the two roles, the assist from Clausen.
And it's a 9-point lead right now. Scribner-Snyder needs to watch it here with the press. This game can get out of hand in a hurry if they're not careful.
32-23 and a steal. Here comes John Conant. He's being chased by 3 Trojans. Layup good.
Time out.
They won't call it.
Oh, boy.
Down by 11. Spencer Neighbors come back running back the other way. Layup good. They just wanted to get that tempo. Maybe Scribner-Snyder says, what the heck? You want to play this game? Let's try playing this game. They at least were able to cash in on that possession. A look down low, underneath, yes!
Now that is a set play, and that is just working to perfection right now. We've seen it twice in a row with Conant that time and Clausen before, but the best defense against a man-to-man defense is the backdoor cut, faking that cut, and they're doing that to perfection.
Spencer Napier has come out firing here. Already 8 points in the first minute and 47 seconds of the second half. Scribner-Snyder finds themselves down by 11 here. A drive in, a hesitation, and he rolls it home. Nate Probasco.
They're not backing down. They
All right, here we go.
Down.
Let's just sit back and watch.
They want to get their hands dirty here.
Let's see some offense. And a foul. Craig Schlueter commits the foul. That's his second. That's the first foul on Scribner-Snyder here in the second half. 9-point lead. Conant, nobody home. Should have had that one, actually. There was nobody there really in position to front him. Jeff Kazmaier was playing off of him, more towards the baseline. And Conant actually gives the Trojans a break by missing it. Does draw the foul, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Spencer Napier not doing a good job of picking up the switches on the screens and picking up backdoor. Not really doing a good job of help defense right now. I think that's the key. And Spencer Napier is taking full advantage of it.
Misses the first. Conant with 12 points. Really doesn't get much rotation on the ball, and part of the reason why it hit the cylinder and rattled out. A little more rotation and probably would have slithered through. Outside, head fake 3, Beck drives in, scores.
Oh, that's nice. He rose above the defense that time and almost shot it down towards the basket and put it in.
5.5 to go, third period. Good, furious pace to the start of this second half. Here's Clausen going one-on-one.
That's great player on great player right there, and Lance Clausen wins that battle.
All right, I like this. I like this. Let's go offense. Greg Smith. Now the Trojans trying to find a backdoor cut. Pirates, though, sag back in a zone, 2-3 zone defense right now. From the free throw circle. Wow, both teams are sizzling from the field. Kazmaier.
Perfect execution that time. Flasher plants at the free throw line, and that's the best way to break a zone defense. Middle of the floor, turnaround, open jump shot.
Inside the circle, now a drive in. Shot may have been partially blocked. Offensive board, put back, yes. Danny Ori. And that's his first field goal of the game.
Pirates owning the boards right now. They are just crashing. The Conants are wreaking havoc.
A baseline jumper, ball pinballs out, and a hard foul going down hard to the floor. And that is Scott Beck. And Beck will shoot free throws. 4:14 left here in the third quarter, 40-31. We could have the highest scoring game in the state tournament and have it after 3 quarters. I should say not the tournament, but at least on Saturday. First free throw good by Beck, who now has 11. And 12. 4 minutes, 14 seconds left. Everyone goes to the sideline for oxygen and an orange. We'll come back with more after this.
This program is made possible by the Nebraska Public Power District and your local public power utility.
Always there when you need us. Nebraska Public Power District and your local public power utility.
Programming on the Nebraska ETV network is made possible in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
It's the value of responsive customer service to make healthcare simple. It's the value of a statewide network of doctors and hospitals to make healthcare accessible. It's the value of a plan that works to make healthcare practical. That's the value of Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The Blues are good.
And a good value.
For you.
Back to Devaney Center, and this game has picked up. Spencer Napier, 40-33 over Scribner-Snyder, traveling, and we're going the other way.
Yeah, caught in a defensive trap there as Danny Ori was trying to go up and had two Scribner-Snyder players right on top of him. Made him hold the ball up, and he walked with it. Pass down the floor. Last touch by the Pirates. And Scribner-Snyder will inbound here. Down by 7. Spencer Napier came out with 8 quick points over the first minute and 47 seconds of this half. Inside that circle, a little short offensive rebound, and the putback by Beck.
You can see why he averages 10 rebounds a game. He's been all over the boards. A very active player is Beck.
Well, he's already got 10 rebounds in this one. 40-35, Scribner-Snyder fans are feeling it, and Conant loses it between the legs. That would be an unforced error. As you take a brief look at Jim Carlson, the Pirates in white, the only undefeated team in the state of Nebraska. Here's Beck. Passmeyer takes it around. Smith over to Pribnow. They go inside. Here's Beck.
He's on fire right now. This Beck is on fire. He's got 16. Came in averaging about 17, and he is playing well.
And John Conant gets rammed into the boards. I know that's a hockey term, but that's what it was like as Nate Probasco flattened him. And Probasco, the second leading scorer on this team, will have to ride the bench now for the balance of this quarter with his 4th foul.
You know, Scott Beck was not on that All-State team either. And I think he's making a statement this evening saying, hey, I might have belonged there.
That maybe the coaches made a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh. Flying in was Andy Svela. And he got a big old piece of Spencer Napier there and commits his first foul. 40-37, 2:52 left third quarter. Spencer Napier has led most of the way in this game. Jason Conant punches it down low and off balance, falling to his left, shooting to his right, Danny Ori. O-H-R-I is how he spells it. Backcourt need to get it away, they do. Passmeyer, and now Scribner-Snyder can set up on the offense. Up top it goes for Smith. They'll go around, almost had it stolen away. Great ball reversal, completing those passes. Wild shot off the glass, he kind of threw it up there. Mostly because the defense was committing on him, and he had to get rid of the ball as he left his feet, threw it up towards the glass. Double team, trouble. Oh, Lance Clausen playing with fire there.
Still in a 1-3-1 is Scribner-Snyder, and it has worked here in the third quarter.
Ball knocked away. That was last touch by Beck. Beck up ahead, down the floor, takes it in, layup good.
He's taken over the game, John.
Yeah, he is.
Scott Beck has taken over this game right now. He's the leading scorer for both teams with 18, and we are only in the third quarter.
42-39. The lead is now 3. Final 90 seconds of what has been a very entertaining third quarter of basketball. And Spencer Napier slowing things up here a little bit. Open 3. No. That was Hagberg. Loose ball on the floor. Wild scramble. Trojans get it. Now up the floor. A 2-on-2. Coming in. He walked with it.
Oh boy, that time Greg Smith, number 5, just a sophomore, saw himself matched up against Lance Clausen. And I think that time you saw maybe the sophomore nerves getting the best of him right there. Tough matchup right there.
That would have been a situation where to pull it back and wait for your teammates to come back and help you, just set up in the half court would have been the wise choice. But as you mentioned, he is a sophomore.
Couldn't have agreed with you more.
Here's Clausen, hasn't shot off a 3 for a while. Ball last touched by Scribner-Snyder. We'll see here, 38 seconds left. The way this game has flown so far, you wouldn't think they'd play for the last shot, but the way Scribner-Snyder has started to showcase the talents of Mr. Beck, maybe playing for the last shot wouldn't be a bad idea here.
Yeah, he really has played an outstanding third quarter. I mean, he's been all over the place, and so much confidence, taking it right to the goal.
John Conant outside, and Spencer Napier backs up. And the Trojans may not let them at least hold the ball. They're at least going to come out and make them pass it here in the final few seconds of the quarter. Hook pass down low. Conant underneath to Danny Ori. Great assist from John Conant.
That's nice. Nice basketball right there. You want the ball in the hands of your seniors.
Conant with 5 assists in this game. 5-point lead. Scribner-Snyder for the last shot. Blocked by Conant. Tipped ahead. Great play by Jason. Up ahead to John. Time running out. That's it. End of quarter. But Jason and John Conant kind of doing what they did in the first quarter, and they prevent a final shot by the Trojans. 8 minutes to go. Come on back. This ought to be a lot of fun.
Live coverage of the 2002 State High School Basketball Finals is brought to you in part by Peru State College. Small town atmosphere, big education, big opportunities. Peru State College, where learning lasts a lifetime. Balance Pro corn herbicide. Balance Pro, the power of recharge. Southeast Community College offers more than 40 technical and academic transfer programs and a variety of continuing education classes. There's no limit to what you can do with an education from SCC. State Farm Auto Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, working to prevent teenage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted disease by promoting sexual abstinence until marriage.
Scott Beck coming off the humongous third quarter. And right now, Scribner-Snyder's making a run. Down only 3 to Spencer Napier, 44-41.
That was Andy Svela on the shot. And it's 44-41. Underneath again, Conant finds Danny Ori. That combination has worked well here in the second half. 46-41. Seems like every time Scribner-Snyder gets a bucket, they've been just trading buckets essentially here for the last few minutes. Meyer around for Popkin. Randy Popkin, haven't talked about him too much. A drive in and a foul. As again, number 23, right in through the lane. He's not afraid of anything. Second foul on Jason Conant. And it'll be an inbounds play. A look down low, turn around, off the glass. Scott Beck, 20 points. What a game he's having.
I think they need to re-vote for that All-State team after this game's over.
He's got 12 points here in the second half. And Scribner-Snyder, what did they have at halftime? They had 23. So he's got 12 of the 20 points they've scored here in the second half. And a foul. And getting helped up off the deck is Beck. But Beck has committed 4 fouls, so that changes things here a little bit.
And right there, I think they thought about taking him out right there, and Beck motioned to the bench and said, no, this is the championship game. It's crunch time. I want to stay in this game even with 4 fouls, and they're leaving him in.
Yeah, there's a point where maybe you take him out. You hope you can work without him, stay close, and then bring him in for the final flurry. Clausen for 3.
Nice stroke. So much confidence. Just kind of let that one fly and put up the little finger after it went in.
Conant reach-in foul. That'll be his 3rd. So now you have Beck still on the floor with 4. Probasco, the second leading scorer, has not seen a lot of action here in the second half. He's got 4 fouls right now on the Trojan bench. 6:07 left in the ball game. Back with more in a minute.
Funding for this program is provided in part by Tobacco-Free Nebraska, a campaign created to educate Nebraskans about health risks associated with tobacco use.
Secondhand smoke is more than annoying. It seriously affects thousands of Nebraskans, smokers and non-smokers, with over 4,000 chemicals and cancer-causing toxins. Secondhand smoke is a first-rate killer.
Spencer Naper trading buckets with Scribner-Snyder here throughout the whole second half, really, and right now they lead by 3 over Scribner-Snyder, 49-43.
Into the front zone and stripped away. Conant. Yes. He's the one that poked it out right to his brother Jason. Fed John going the other way, and it's now an 8-point game. Now that has changed the complexion of this game a bit, because now you need to answer in the lane. Shot does not count. No, it will be on the floor, the foul.
Beck has been licking his chops throughout this press. I think he's feels confident that he can score against this press. As much as those Pirates want to press, he thinks he can take advantage of it, and he has.
He just has to watch for the charge, because a 5th foul would do him in.
Good point.
Ball batted away, and a steal by Andy Hagberg. Got up there, skied for the ball, and now Spencer Naper might change the flow of this game a little bit, go into more of a half-court set and run a little clock here. They have an 8-point lead. Now the Trojans a little bit back on their heels. Conant looks outside, open 3, Hagberg, no. Tip try, no. They'll get another try and an over the back call. And that one should go on Craig Slater. It is.
Oh boy. Yeah, Beck has 20, but Clausen has 17, and then you've got Jason Conant with 14. So the more balanced production coming from Spencer Naper.
That's right. 51-43. Clausen for 3 again. No, and the rebound, high leaping rebound to Beck. Down the lane. Nice pass underneath. Waits for the defense to commit. Basket foul, count it. Nate Probasco, the second leading scorer on this team, with just his 6th point of the day. He averages over 10. None bigger than that. Now need the free throw here to make it 5. .450 to go.
5-point game, still pressing about 3/4 court. But of course, the Pirates see this press every day. They work against it, they practice against it because they do it themselves. But sometimes the best defense against the press is a press in itself. The best defense is offense.
Oh, a little poke out of there. Kazmaier nearly stole it from Conant. He's been stealing it from everybody else today. Clausen and a foul on Greg Smith. And that will send Spencer Naper to the line. no wasting time here, as Pat Dunklau is going to send the Pirates to the line for the 1-1.
I was curious to see if the Scribner-Snyder Trojans, you see a couple guys with their hands on their knees, if fatigue is a factor here with 4 minutes to play. Playing this type of rigorous tempo, it'll be interesting to see if they can hold it up throughout the final gun.
Now it's a 6-point game. Clausen with 18. He's perfect at the foul line today, 3 for 3. 4 for 4. Got a good state tournament shooting from the free throw line. Now the pressure on the Trojans. Here comes that defense, and it's taken away. And guess who?
Oh, man.
John Conant. Oh, boy. You know, he might be a little offended. He was left off the All-State team, too.
Let's call for a revote, a recount. How about that?
Probasco outside. Scribner-Snyder needs an answer here. They're down by 9. Down low, Probasco, tough. The Trojans needed that in the worst way. Makes it a 7-point game. And the Pirates spread the floor. 3.5 minutes to go. Clausen around, and they'll back it up. Gonna make the Trojans come out and play with them. A look, baseline, down low, underneath, wide open, yes! Great feed, Hagberg to Ori.
That's been the difference of the game, I think. The interior passing, they have made all the right decisions.
And guess what? Another steal. Conant, no. Oh, Scribner-Snyder survived that one.
They sure did.
That could have been fatal.
Oh, yeah. It would have given them a double-digit lead, and you're right, under 3 minutes, it would have been tough.
Open three, no. And the rebound, it just, the Pirates, Lance Clausen. And a timeout taken by Jim Carlson of Spencer Napier. 2:45 to go. What an exciting game we've seen here. And it's not like there's an overabundance of points, but compared to what we've seen today, this is like one of those 1980s, you know, NBA games.
That's absolutely
really
right. You're absolutely right. I think you know the difference has been the Conants all over the floor defensively, and then plus I think the interior passing has been very crisp for Spencer Napier, finding guys like Danny Ori underneath, and then the Conants and Lance Clausen has knocked down the shots when they've executed very well here in the second half.
No question about it. And Scribner-Snyder down by 9 here. It could turn into a game of free throw shooting. They get it in. Count is on, and a foul. Scribner-Snyder, as we mentioned, has been battle-tested this season. They played a state tournament team in Meade, lost by 4. This is all regular season. Lost to Howells, lost to North Bend Central. That's a Class C1 team. Lost to them twice. Boone Central and Meade again in districts, but Scribner-Snyder, the #1 seed despite 6 losses and the fact that they earned the wild card. It's because they played so many upper division schools. You get bonus points for that. And if you beat them, that's even better.
Now, what a story this team has been. Getting to the state finals last year, losing the nucleus of that team last year to graduation as well, and coming back here this year with the guy at the free throw line, Lance Clausen. He has been terrific.
11-point lead, 2:41 to go.
Nebraska ETV can't be beat when it comes to local sports. We've got it all, from high school to the Huskers, and it's your support that makes it happen. Become a member of Nebraskans for Public Television by calling 1-800-634-6788 or check us out on the web at net.unl.edu. Everybody wins when you become a member of Nebraska ETV, your home for sports.
Everybody remembers me as a song and dance man.
Gene Kelly gave us and the movies new ways to dance.
Gotta dance.
See how he did it when American Masters gives you a tap-happy look at Gene Kelly, Anatomy of a Dancer.
Monday night at 8:30 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is your Nebraska ETV network.
With 2:41 to go, Spencer Napier has an 11-point lead. I believe the only time today they've had a double-digit lead, and it's come at a good time.
Yes, it has. Trying to cap off a perfect season and the first state title for Spencer since 1962. But as a consolidated school, they have never won a state championship. Three blocked by Clausen. Just got his mitt in front of that ball and knocked down Beck's attempt at a three. Outside, Kastmeyer.
Oh, nice shot.
Yeah,
wow.
Very nice shot. Tough shot, too. Fading away baseline. Can't use a backboard there. And a foul in the backcourt. And Spencer Napier, make your free throws, you win the game. They are 9 of 13 today at the stripe. But look at this field goal shooting. We're not used to seeing numbers like that.
Amazing, isn't it? Over 50% both teams.
Not today.
No. Yeah, I'm just still getting over that last game. Lincoln Southeast going, what was it, 0 for 21 from the three-point arc. That's basically unheard of in a basketball game, but in a championship game, anything can happen, and it did happen. Unfortunately, not a positive thing for the night.
And defense, I mean, they always say, and it's a tired old cliche, as we have a foul underneath, and it's going to go on Andy Hagberg. And now Spencer Napier will send the Trojans to the free throw line. And this is what hurts. You don't want a team to get back into the game scoring with no time running off the clock. I mean, that's free points.
Yep.
But it's an old cliche that defense wins championships, and even so in this game, defense has been key. If Spencer Napier holds on here, you can thank the 10 steals the Pirates have had in this game, and a majority of them, if not all of them, have been by number 3.
I think Spencer Napier's had the attitude that, okay, we'll give you 2, but we're going to get 2 back. And at the end of the game, we're just going to have more points than you will. We're just going to outscore you. So I think they'll give 2 up in that situation, but they think that they can just outscore Scribner-Snyder by the end of the game.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go, they'll break that press. Scribner-Snyder wants to get over and try to foul somebody, but it's going to take a little time, and there it is. There's the foul. Randy Popkin. That's the 10th team foul. The bad news is it's now 2 free throws down the stretch the whole way home. 1:57 to go, down by 8 points. It's a lot of ground to cover. And here's Lance Clausen, 21 points today. He's perfect at the line. I'm sorry to the Clausens, I just jinxed your son. Nate Probasco back in for Scribner-Snyder, both he and Beck. And you notice ever since Beck picked up that 4th foul, I don't think he scored since then. Makes the second, 61 to 52. Look at that pressure, they just keep coming.
Oh, man.
And there it is again. Jason Conant, high leaping, tips it to his teammate, and another steal and a foul. With 1:47 left.
They can smell it now. Spencer Napier, it's going to come down to free throws. And there's another old cliche we've said a lot here in the state championship, but it is just so important, free throw shooting.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the thing about free throw shooting is I've always been a firm believer. You can practice them as much as you want in practice. It doesn't matter, because being here in the state championship game and having to step to the line with 10,000 people in the background screaming in your ear and having the game on the line, there's nothing that can prepare you for that, no matter how much you practice them.
Well, yeah, and you can put all the individuals, the self-pressure you want when you're alone in the gym in practice, but you're right, it does not compare. I mean, that's not to tell the kids, hey, don't practice your free throws.
Right.
Because it's still important. You need to get the technique down.
Exactly.
And that's where the great free throw shooters who always cash in the clutch, that's where they That's where they excel, is when they're able to close out their mind and shut out the atmosphere.
That's right.
It's very tough to do.
That's right. Some just handle the pressure better than others.
That's a mental technique that is beyond the techniques of the physical nature of free throw shooting. Now with an 11-point lead. And we have just lost Scott Beck. He has fouled out of the game.
He gave it his all.
And look at the hand. Look at the hand across the way. A standing ovation from the Spencer Napier fans.
He put on quite a performance. Finishes with 20 points. Outstanding shooting day from the floor, 9 of 18, 4 assists. And he really put the team on his shoulders there at late first half and at the beginning of that second half.
Of course, part of that applause could be from Spencer Napier saying they're happy he's not in there anymore, but you could tell by the nature of the applause that they appreciate a good effort, and that's exactly what Scott Beck provided us today. The senior fouls out of his last high school game.
Yeah, this has been a great crowd. Knowledgeable crowd, enthusiastic crowd.
Yeah.
Into the games. It's been outstanding.
Spencer Napier's bucking for that sportsmanship award, too. They might as well take the whole bag home with them. Minute 26 to go. An 11-point game.
Right now, of course, you want a 3, but with Beck out of there, it doesn't leave you a lot of options on who you want to shoot it.
Smith, short. Rebound to Spencer Napier, and that might do it. The last gasp effort for the Trojans as Pribnow fouls Lance Clausen from behind, and we will have, it would appear, a state champion in Spencer Napier and a perfect season of 28-0. And I'm going to have to pull out the old handy-dandy guide here. Find out what the record for single season wins.
Oh boy, usually when you open up that guide, it means trouble.
It could mean a lot of trouble. Now we're going to have mass substitutions. Some new players in there. Heath Anderson, Chris Doro in for Scribner-Snyder. Also Mike Smith and Travis Pribnow. So that's essentially the concession of defeat.
Really what happened in this game is it basically got into a shootout. And when you're getting into a shootout with the Pirates of Spencer Napier, that means trouble most of the time, and it did today. They're going to go undefeated, finish undefeated on the season, and there Lance Clausen will leave to a big round of applause. An excellent day for him, finishes with 25 points, 10 of 13 from the line. Excellent day.
By the way, the last undefeated state champion we had was in '97, Tecumseh. You might remember somebody who played on that team. His name was Matt Davison. Underneath, and 2 for Heath Anderson. He'll be in the newspaper on Sunday morning. An 11-point lead, and this game is all but over. By the way, that Tecumseh team also went 28-0. So at the very least, Spencer Napier may have a tie for most wins in state high school boys history, to my knowledge. Now, this is not the definitive answer, but it's close. Underneath, layup, yes! Bobby Dickey for the Pirates.
And it's so nice to see the reserves get in and get buckets. This crowd cheering for them just like the game was on the line down to the last second.
Turn around at the free throw line. Ball rattles around. Nice save. Scribner-Snyder, a little problem getting it out of there. 5 seconds left. And for the first time since 1962, a state champion in Spencer. And you might as well throw in Napier for good measure.
Perfect season.
Their perfect season was ruined last year in the finals. It is preserved in the finals this year. Congratulations, Spencer Napier. We'll come back and meet the champions and the runners-up after this.
Science to me is about life.
It's about who we are. It's about who I am.
It's about the fish that are so deep in the ocean, I'll never see them.
It's about machines that do amazing things.
And the people who build them.
Science is about the world.
It's about nature.
That's why I watch Nova.
Outdoor Nebraska.
National Geographic.
On Nebraska ETV.
On Nebraska ETV.
On Nebraska ETV.
One person's trash can be another person's treasure. It's another season of rare finds.
It's about $500,000. Oh, my God.
And hidden treasures.
You're kidding me.
On Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, my God.
And from across the pond.
Some of these are 2,000 years old.
Those?
What's in their attics?
Goodness.
Antiques Roadshow UK.
Watch the Antiques Roadshow on Nebraska ETV.
Next exit, a new way to see Nebraska. Coming in May to Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Well, we looked up the record, and unfortunately, I cannot proclaim Spencer Naper's 28 wins a season record. The record is actually set by Glenville in 1950. They won 33 games without a defeat. But hey, if you win all the games that are scheduled and win the state championship, it doesn't matter what the final total is. Spencer Naper, state champions, 67-54, and they also take home the Sportsmanship Award, brought to you by the Nebraska Coaches and the Nebraska Interscholastic Athletic Administrator Association's 2002 Sportsmanship Trophy. And now let's meet the state runners-up from Scribner-Snyder.
Number 21, Andy Sabela. Number 25, Travis Pribnow. Number 31, Randy Hopkins. Number 41, Chris Doro. Number 43, Mike Smith. Number 45, Pete Anderson. Number 15, Jeff Kessmeyer. Number 23, Scott Beck. Number 33, Troy Pribnow. Number 35, Nate Probesco. Number 53, Craig Schleter. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Scribner-Snyder High School, Class D1 State Runners-Up. And now, to the champions from Spencer Naper High School. First, head coach Jim Carlson, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. We'll introduce them one by one. Number 14, John Carella. Number 20, Derek Bentz. Number 24, Luke Rehai. Number 30, Bobby Dickey. Number 32, Eric Miller. Number 40, Nick Betcher. Number 54, Kurt Klein. Number 3, John Connor. Number 10, Lance Plessen. Number 34, Jason Connor. Number 42, Andy Hegberg. Number 44, Danny Ori. The 2002 Nebraska Class D1 High School Basketball Champion is Scribner-Snyder High School. Congratulations, players and coaches.
Well, again, it's not a state record for wins, but when you consider this team was 27-1 last year, they finished this year 28-0. That's a mighty impressive run of success for one school, no matter what size class you might come from. Congratulations to the Pirates. They are state champions, 67-54, an entertaining basketball game to say the least. And now let's go down to Kyle. He has runner-up head coach Pat Dunklau.
Thanks, John. Pat, appreciate it. This is about a positive segment as we can make it. Hey, 3 great games. A lot of teams struggle just to play one great game. Again, easy for us to say here. Satisfaction there. You made a run.
Yeah. I was real happy with how we played on the offensive side to start that third quarter. You know, I thought if we could have held them defensively, but they're just, Spencer Naper's well coached. Their kids play hard. They rebounded real well, especially first half. It just killed us and got a lot of second and third shots. But, you know, but after that, our kids never gave up. And I think being in this atmosphere, it was a little bit intimidating first start of the game there, and that's when they got that lead. And I think second half we settled down a little bit, but they're just too good a ball club, and I knew we'd have a hard time coming back. But our kids, I give them effort. They play hard, and, you know, so I'm happy with the year. I really am. I told the kids to keep their heads up.
Definitely should. Couldn't agree more. You talked about the boards with our Andrew Felios with us at half. I mean, it wasn't because of lack of effort that they were on the board more than you.
Maybe our legs were a little bit shot, but I don't know. But that happens sometimes. But, you know, they had to do the same things we did.
Talk a little bit about, you know, the wild card. You agree, rightfully so. You showed you were deserving.
Yeah.
You know, and you ran up against an undefeated, top-seeded team, but you like the wild card.
Well, yeah, I told our kids we deserve to be down here just because of our schedule. If you look who we played, North Bend was an excellent ball club. We played Boone Central. We played Omaha Nation, Meade. You know, so we played some real tough teams throughout the year, and it kind of paid off for us. And we had some quality wins. And like I said, I'm just pleased with the season. I'm glad we could finish down here.
Real quick, how do you get back? You lose 4 big horses, right?
Yeah, we do. We lose 3 guys have been starting for 2 years, and 2 of them have been playing it since sophomores. And so it's going to be tough, but I think it's great experience for our younger guys to get used to this, and you never know. You know, you got to play the games, and we'll see what happens. But I like it. It helps our program a lot.
Appreciate it. Good luck. Safe trip back.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Class act. All right. Hey, runner-up, nothing to hang the head about. Scribner-Snyder, a great effort. Runner-up to Spencer Naper. We got a whole lot more as usual. You know the drill, John and Drew. We're coming back. More post-game coverage on 10-11 and statewide on NETV.
Smart business people know the value of a buck. No, not that kind of buck. This kind. Nebraska Public Television and Radio have the kind of programs businesses are proud to be associated with. And statewide coverage means people all over Nebraska will see your investment in public broadcasting. If you would like to become a corporate sponsor of programming on Nebraska Public Television or Radio, contact our marketing department at 472-9333, extension 334, because investing in Nebraska educational telecommunications just makes good sense.
It's the groundbreaking Bill Moyer series the critics call provocative and inspirational.
How do I slay that dragon in me?
I say follow your bliss and don't be afraid.
How myths connect us to our past.
Heaven and hell are within us, and all the gods are within us.
And to our future.
This might be the symbol, really, for the new mythology to come.
Joseph Campbell and the Power of Myth with Bill Moyers.
Sunday afternoon at 2 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
Everybody remembers me as a song and dance man.
Gene Kelly gave us and the movies new ways to dance.
Gotta dance.
See how he did it when American Masters gives you a tap-happy look at Gene Kelly, Anatomy of a Dancer.
Monday night at 8:30 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is your Nebraska ETV network.
It's a final. Scribner-Snyder falls to Spencer Napier in the state D1 championship, 67-54. As we take a look at the final numbers, Lance Clausen, 26 points today, 14 for Jason Conant. John Conant, he gets the teamwork line of the day, 11 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Nice day for John Conant. In a losing effort for Scribner-Snyder, Scott Beck in his final high school game went out with style. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 11 points for Nate Probasco, 10 points for Troy Pribnow. But the state championship belongs to Spencer Napier. Congratulations, the only undefeated team in the state of Nebraska. More post-game coming up.
This week on Statewide, there's a law against kids using tobacco in Nebraska, but everyone agrees it doesn't work.
Well, for one thing, it's not enforced.
Some cities are taking it seriously.
The benefit, hopefully, is that we're developing a culture in our community where tobacco use is not tolerated.
Watch Statewide Sunday afternoon at 3 Central Time on NETV 2.
Hey, Red Green here with some news for all our friends at PBS. Red Green Live 02 is coming up in March. It's a competition between a whole whack of TV stations, including yours. Bound to be good for a laugh, might even be good for public television. So be watching for Red Green Live 02. We'll be watching for you.
Coming March 16th to Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
We're back at the Devaney Center inside the winning locker room with the state champions, the new D1 state champions, that is Spencer Napier, the Pirates. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, it looked like it really turned into a shootout there in the second half, and you guys just had more weapons than they did.
When we were up by 9, we talked about a little bit about not running up and down. We thought the tempo was fine, but we really didn't want to outscore them, and we told our kids to play a little better defense, and that's everybody's talked about our defense down here all week, and the media was talking out there too. And these kids like to play matchup defense, and they really played it well today. The other thing I like about it is we pressed for 28 games, and these kids played hard today. They really wanted to come back after last year.
How do you handle the Conant twins every day?
They come from a family of 5 boys, so it's pretty easy to work with. They're the youngest too, and they've been beat on a lot, so they just like to play the game.
Clausen, tremendous game offensively, and really your interior passing, really, you got yourself some easy shots there in the second half.
Yeah, our kids inside, we really want to go inside. We like to shoot outside too, but I think when it was down to 3 and he decided and looked at everybody and let's set and get a good shot, and then we come down busted 3, and that's what it's all about.
What does this mean to your school? What does this mean to you? 13 years you've been at the school.
Last year, I think, was the key. We really walked out of here second. You know, we just felt wasn't good enough, and we got our kids that supported us all year that graduated last year, and this was kind of for them. And of course, my assistant coach, this is his 40th anniversary when he was at Scribner-Snyder. They won it, and that's the last time he won it was in 1962. So this is fantastic.
The crowning moment for you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hope you enjoy it.
Yep.
Spencer Noper, your Class D1 state champions. When we come back, we'll hear from the players. Let the celebration begin. Back at Devaney in just a moment.
Nebraska ETV can't be beat when it comes to local sports. We've got it all, from high school to the Huskers, and it's your support that makes it happen. Become a member of Nebraskans for Public Television by calling 1-800-634-6788 or check us out on the web at net.unl.edu. Everybody wins when you become a member of Nebraska ETV, your home for sports. Smart business people know the value of a buck. No, not that kind of buck. This kind. Nebraska Public Television and Radio have the kind of programs businesses are proud to be associated with. And statewide coverage means people all over Nebraska will see your investment in public broadcasting. If you would like to become a corporate sponsor of programming on Nebraska Public Television or Radio, contact our marketing department at 472-9333, extension 334, because investing in Nebraska educational telecommunications just makes good sense. Backyard Farmer is moving to greener pastures. See it Thursday nights at 7, beginning April 4th on Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
Back with the D1 champions, senior Andy Hagberg. You know, this is a team that doesn't get a lot of TV coverage, so how awe-inspiring is it for you guys to be on television and to perform so well under pressure?
Oh, it's great. It's great to be back in Devaney this year and just to get it done right. Unlike last year, it's just great to be here.
I think that tempo-wise, their game really favored you guys. You made it an up-tempo game, and you guys just had too many weapons out there.
Yeah, it took us all. It took a whole team to do it, and we all came together as a team, and we got done right.
Last question, how special is this win to you?
Very special. I wanted it last year so much, and when we left, we told the coach we're coming back, and we did. So we came back.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, let's bring in one of his teammates. This is Danny Ori, the senior. Excuse me.
That's fine.
Congratulations. You had some big buckets down there. Really, your teammates seemed to find you down there and really dissected their defense well. I thought that was a big key to the game.
Yeah, our Jason Conant and all them guys, I mean, they're real good passers. They can see when they're driving the hoop, and when they got to penetrating, just open things up, and they were going for them, and then I could find a few gaps, and things worked out pretty good that way.
You guys watched the telecast last year of our coverage in a losing effort. How nice is it going to be to watch this game, a winning effort, when you guys go home?
It's going to be great. We had to watch it, and I guess on the media, we were a little disappointed because a lot of people in the media said, what are you guys doing there? You know, you shouldn't have been there. We thought we had 100% right, being undefeated going in, you know, and we wanted to come back this year and be the only undefeated team and finish it out. I mean, do it right and not have to hear that, you know, we shouldn't have been in the game.
Well, you certainly belong today.
Okay,
You're the champions. Congratulations. All right, enjoy it. This is John Conant, one of the twins wreaking havoc out there. Let me shake your hand. Yeah. Talk about just defensively how you're able to have an effect on the game.
I don't have much effect. It's a team effort, I think. So that's what gets us through. I think it's a team.
To win this with your brother, though, and I mean, you guys are obviously all close friends. You guys are going to cherish this for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I just wish last year we could have won it too, because I had my other brother Kyle. So I wish to say to him, well, I wish he could have it too, but so far it's just me and Jason.
Let's get your twin brother in here and meet him. Jason Conant, also a junior. Defensively now, you really changed the game, I thought, and made a lot of plays out there.
Yeah, I'm not much of an awesome offensive player. I'll just try to step on defense, let everybody else take over.
I said you remind me a little of Dennis Rodman. You ever watch him, how he tips the ball and keeps it alive like that?
Yeah, I try rebounding, and hopefully that's one thing I can help our team and just try to do anything.
Congratulations, man. All right, finally, let's bring in Lance Clausen, the senior scoring leader, 25 points quickly. Let me just ask you, you know, how good does this get? You're a senior. You lead the team in scoring, state championship. Talk about it.
Oh, it's great. I mean, last year we left Devaney with a sour taste, and we wanted to get back and avenge that. And I tell you what, we did it, and it just feels great.
Last question, what does this mean to you guys?
Oh, it means the world to us. I mean, this is just something you dream about as a young kid, and you just want to get down here and play. And we played 3 games back-to-back and we got the state championship. That's all we can ask for.
Lance Klassen, tremendous performance.
Thank you.
Enjoy your championship, big guy. 25 points for number 10, and there is your D1 state champions, Spencer Napier. Coming up, though, we got 2 more games, C1 and Class B. Coming up, more coverage after the break.